Disclaimer. The comments made in this video are intended solely for entertainment purposes and are not intended to harm or offend anyone.
From a woman facing assault charges under strict orders to stay sober.
You will not get any more PR bonds, and I will protect every person in Harris County, and I don't care if you're kicking and screaming that we have to put you in jail. But that's how it works.
To a young man caught in a stolen car and warned about the company he keeps.
I don't care. I want to know what's going on in the future. And my only concern is that he's not hanging out with other knuckleheads, getting into more trouble and staying in school and getting an education, because that's what life is about. Life is about having a lot of money.
Judge Fleischer doesn't hesitate to call offenders out. These cases demonstrate how he reinforces that second chances come with firm conditions and serious accountability. Starting with Ms. Hernandez, who faces charges of assault causing bodily injury. This offense carries the potential for a sentence of up to 1 year in jail and or a fine of $4,000.
You, Diana Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez, you're charged with assault causing bodily injury. You're facing up to 1 year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Officers were dispatched to a nightclub in Harris County, Texas in response to an assault. The complainant told the officers that her and her friends were inside when the defendant and the complainant began arguing. The complainant was removed from the bar by staff and was standing outside when the defendant exited the bar and punched the complainant in the head with a closed fist, causing pain. The defendant then grabbed the complainant's hair and scratched her chest. The defendant admitted to hitting the complainant, and the complainant and the defendant had never met before.
The audacity to strike someone over an argument, thinking she can get away with harming others, is outrageous. Does it make any sense to escalate a situation like this by hitting a stranger provoked?
Hey, Ms. Hernandez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using any kind of alcohol or illegal drugs, I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. I'm also ordering you not to have any contact with the complaining witness, not to be in possession of any weapons, and not to go to this club. Do you understand? Yes, sir. You will not get any more PR bonds, and I will protect every person in Harris County, and I don't care if you're kicking and screaming that we have to put you in jail. But that's how it works. Every person will be protected. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
22. 32, sorry.
What do you do for a living? How many children do you have?
4 children.
How do you support yourself?
5.
Are you married?
Well, no, but we live together.
Okay, and how much money does your, I guess, father of your children make?
Not sure.
You need to find out.
Yes, sir.
Because if you want to apply for court-appointed lawyer, I need to know whether you qualify or not. So to sign our bond conditions, and don't pick up any new cases. I will not give you any more PR bonds.
Yes, sir.
I mean, imagine if you go to jail for an extended period of time, who's going to take care of those 4 kids? I can send you home with an application, or you can go hire a lawyer. What would you like to do?
An application to go home.
Okay.
Here's another case that makes you question why offenders continue repeating the same mistakes, fully aware of the consequences. Take Luis Torres, for instance, who now faces charges of evading arrest after being caught fleeing from a stolen vehicle.
Yet another PR bond. And your case is 639 days old. Do you really think that we're just going to continue to give you PR bonds, Mr. Torres?
No, sir.
You now stand charged with evading arrest or detention. We're going to do probable cause because I don't remember your case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Please.
On February 12th, 2023, officers observed a white pickup truck and conducted a vehicle check via MDT, in which the officers received a stolen vehicle hit. The vehicle proceeded to its way through neighborhoods in which it eventually approached a dead end. Houston Police Airship Unit 78 Fox observed the entirety of the scene, and the driver was identified as the co-defendant, Francisco Navarro, parked the vehicle and exited through the driver's door. Co-defendant Luis Torres then exited the front passenger seat, and the two were evading on foot through a vacant grassy lot. Defendant Torres was apprehended about 75 yards west of the vehicle.
If I send you for a drug test now, what are you going to test positive for, Mr. Torres?
Just marijuana.
I'm sending you now for a drug test. You're to come right back, and I'm going to tell you, if you ever take off on me again, I'm going to make your bond so high you'll start losing hair. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will not get another one.
Granting repeated PR bonds to these offenders who refuse to learn from their mistakes only makes them feel like it's acceptable to keep messing up. At this point, Judge Fleischer is clearly frustrated. The best thing this offender can do is learn from his actions and turn his life around. But with drugs involved, do you think that's even possible?
Go take the test. You come right back. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Take a seat. This case is nearly 700 days old, but I want to know what is in the system.
While Luis Torres faces charges for evading arrest, Judge Fleischer now encounters another young man who has chosen a path filled with poor decisions, using marijuana, involvement in car theft, and building a criminal record. Let's see how Judge Fleischer handles this case.
No more marijuana. Do you understand? I will test you 40 to 45 days from today. If you test positive again, that tells me that you've continued to smoke. I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond high. You got to understand, your mom probably doesn't have a lot of money as it is. Every time you go to jail, it's going to cost her money to get you out when she could be feeding and using that for rent. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are also to stay in school, not hang out with the people that you were in this car. No associating with the co-defendants in this case. No weapons. Stay in school. Do you understand?
The fact that he's not taking responsibility for his own life, leaving his mom to bear the unnecessary stress of his actions, is frustrating. He probably needs a harsh lesson to make him wise up.
We've now given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with counsel, and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to give you any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything that you'd like to add? Do you need anything? Because I don't know how he is when he's at home with you. Does he act up? Does he help you out?
Yes, he helps me out. He does side jobs at home. Recently, I was able to get him enrolled back into his homeschooling program, so he's actively working on it.
Okay, I'm going to want proof that he's actually enrolled in school and actually doing well.
I can provide it. It's online.
Great. And I'm also giving him a curfew because I don't want you out in the middle of the night. You're getting a curfew at 10 p.m. and I'm putting a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not out. Do you understand?
Sir.
Don't act a fool. You start being a danger in the free world, I will take the free world away from you in a second. My only concern is public safety. And when you're in a stolen car with a bunch of other people with stolen guns and everything, that's not a good look. All you're going to do is end up with a number on your back perpetually in and out of jail, never amounting to anything. That's not a good way to go through life. Life is a journey. It can be a great journey where it's filled with love, fun, vacations, nice cars, or it can be a miserable, rotten toilet of an existence where you never have any money. You argue with everyone about everything because you ain't got no money, you got no education to be able to support yourself. That's not a good way. You don't go through life like that. And it starts now at 17.
There's no denying that Judge Fleischer has a way of delivering strict warnings, and if he knows what's best for him, he won't make the same mistake again.
You understand, Mr. Melendez? You won't get any more warnings from me. Straighten up and fly right. You stay with me. Okay, guys, thanks.
Here we have yet another repeat offender who continuously violates his PR bonds by letting his ankle monitor die repeatedly and still has the audacity to offer excuses for his actions.
I'm not happy with you. You have a monitor on your ankle. It's been dead. Is it still dead now?
I keep my charger with me. I keep it with me wherever I go. But my ankle monitor is messed up. They said it's not functioning. So sometimes.
Felicia, tell me what's going on with Mr. McCollum now.
So, I believe on the 2nd, we lost service until the 5th. And then it came back on, and then on the 8th, his last court date, it went off again for about 6 hours. I reached out to get the specific times, but I haven't heard back yet on that. But it was off for a confirmed 6 hours, and we have received signals since then back.
Yeah.
And we send messages out to tell them to report 49 to have the device inspected as well. And if they have any issues with that, they're instructed very thoroughly to let us know.
Yeah, I keep my charger with me, but I think it's something wrong with my thing because the thing got off and it gets wet when I get in the shower.
You keep your charger on you, but you don't use the charger because it has gone dead over and over. And I don't care if you come here with a baby to try to save your ass from going into custody.
I'm not trying to save him. I'm the only one that could have watched him right now.
What's going to happen if you go to jail?
At this point, it's obvious this man thinks the entire situation is a joke and keeps offering flimsy excuses. Judge Fleischer isn't going to be swayed by these weak attempts. Does he really expect anyone to buy these excuses? As expected, Judge Fleischer's words aren't empty. He's not going to like the consequences.
These are things that you think about when you're in the free world and when you have bond conditions. Because when you break the bond conditions, what happens to you?
I did call them and tell them that I think it's a malfunction on my team. They said they could see my signal, and they
You repeatedly have the device that goes out. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna call this people. But you are, though. The device has gone dead. 3 days over there, now 6 hours over here. What am I supposed to do?
I was unaware of it being dead. I put it on the
She's
charger.
telling me they reached out to you.
Oh, they do. Every time they call me, I put it on the charger. They
Yes,
call me. They do call me and I put it on the charger.
Why do they have to call you to even tell you to put it on the charger, Mr. McCollum?
Sometimes I'm at school. A lot of times a day I can't charge it at school. My charger is not close to my barber station.
So why can't you charge it at night when you're at home with the baby?
I do. Sometimes it acts as if it's charging, but it's not charging. So it's not that I'm not trying not to charge. I do try to charge it every day.
Judge, I would ask if the court would instruct him to go by 49 Sanderson today, just for them to check the device, and if there is something wrong, for them to put it.
I'm putting him in jail. I don't know what you're going to do with this kid, man.
I haven't done anything wrong, sir. I promise. I go
But
to
you have done something wrong. You've repeatedly done something wrong.
but my ankle monitor, like I didn't know it was dead. I promise you, I go to school every day. This is what I do. Like I go to school.
How does
every
the
day.
monitor let him know that it's dead?
So, we send messages, and then I also see, a few
They-
times
they
we
do
send
send-
siren alerts to the device as well.
Yeah,
And then I have
charge
multiple
it.
dates of text messages informing the client to charge the battery as
And they
well.
call me and I answer the phone and I charge it. I charge it every time they call me. I'm not making no excuse. This is what I do. I go to school every day. And
The reality is, you tell me something, but the machine tells me something different, Mr. McCollum. That's the reality.
asked if we could can we get it inspected and get it checked out, please? Because I know it's not.
That is what you're supposed to do at the first instance that there is a problem.
I did call them and it's on record. I
You
did call them.
calling has nothing. It doesn't do anything. You have to actually go down to the place and have it serviced if it's malfunctioning.
They told
But
me
you don't.
no malfunctions with it, sir. I promise. I called them. They told me there was no malfunctions because it was going off at first when I was at school one time. I said, "What's wrong with it?" I've never been on ankle monitor before, so I said, "What's wrong?" When I called them, they said, "Do you have service to outlet?" I said, "No, but I can get." I went to a place next door to my school and I tried to charge, and they said they still not getting signal from me. They still weren't getting signal. So if we can get it changed or get it looked at least,
Judge, I would ask if he could get a new device, if we could reset this a week, and if
Here's
there's.
what we're going to do. I'm now sending you for a drug and alcohol test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system.
sir,
Do you understand?
sir,
You were to come back tomorrow. Don't come with a baby. Do you understand me?
sir,
Don't come back here with the baby.
sir.
Because if you're here and I put you in custody for one reason or the other, I will call CPS. Do you understand?
sir.
But here, whoever you are, I don't care who you are, we will hold you accountable. And if you continue to piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, there will be issues. Do you understand? I will not entertain you telling me I got to do this, I got to do that, my malfunction, this. They reach out to you ad nauseum to tell you that there are issues, and you coming here and telling me, well, I don't know about this, I don't know, it's disingenuous.
Nice, we get it. Ankle monitor looked
Just go to 49
at.
Sanderson,
Where is that?
49 Sanderson.
First thing is first, I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test. And then I will give you the benefit of the doubt right after. Have you go to this place to see if there actually is something wrong. You will be back here tomorrow. Understand? Okay, honey.
Judge, they will, do you have someone else to watch the baby because they won't allow you to bring out the child?
Um,
I'm gonna take a drug test today.
Yeah, I can
Tell
set
you,
the
man.
appointment, but they won't allow him to with the child.
I could wait outside until somebody come.
Do you have someone here with you today?
No, sir, but I'll just wait outside, the address until I can get somebody to come.
Do that.
Yes, Judge.
All right. All right. See you, Mr. McCollum. We'll see you tomorrow.
A 17-year-old Miss Smith is now facing the consequences after evading arrest in connection with a stolen vehicle. It's up to Judge Fleischer to decide her fate.
Good morning, Mom.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
So Ms. Smith is charged with evading arrest or detention. She's facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I don't know what happened in the case. We're going to do probable cause so we know, whether there's enough evidence to go forward. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On November 3rd, 2024, officers received a flock hit in regard to a stolen vehicle in the area of North Eldridge while on active patrol. The officers serviced the area and located the motor vehicle. The vehicle was observed to be occupied by 3 subjects, one of whom was the defendant, who was observed to be in the front passenger seat.
Is this deja vu?
And the officer followed the motor vehicle and confirmed the occupied vehicle to be stolen. The officer activated his emergency equipment in an effort to initiate a traffic stop, but the officer observed it to take off and refused to stop. The officer observed the vehicle reach speeds of 66 miles per hour, disregard all signals to stop, and run a red light. When the vehicle eventually stopped, the defendants got out of the vehicle and evaded on foot for approximately 1,000 feet.
It's like I'm hearing double. Did you hear everything that I just said to this young man that was just here?
Yes.
Same thing applies to you. What are you doing with yourself these days, ma'am?
Going to school.
Where?
She's doing good too. Cypress High School.
She's here with me now. She's
Getting ready to graduate. She's doing good. She makes good grades. She got some plans after school. She loves to work. I don't think she was really knowledgeable.
Let's not talk about the case.
Okay.
If I test you for drugs and alcohol right now, what are you going to test positive for?
Her silence is palpable. She's too young, with an entire future ahead of her, to be caught up in such a messy situation. But being young is no excuse when you're actively involved in evading the police and using drugs.
Exactly. I'm sending you for a test. It stops today. And if I find that you start acting up, if you don't stay in school, if you start hanging around with these people again, I've got one place for you. Do you understand this, Smith?
Yes.
The goal is to make you leave here better than you came in. And I'm going to do everything in my power. And if I see that you start acting a fool in the free world, I will take the free world away. And I don't care if you're kicking and screaming and praying to Jesus, Allah. I don't care. You start acting a fool, there's only one thing that's going to happen. I'm not asking much. The only thing I'm asking you to do is stay clean, graduate, and make something of yourself. Life is hard enough for you as it is. Who you are. You now are here with us as a first. Don't make it a career. It's not a good one. Life is about money. And you, as a young Black woman, should never, ever have to rely on anyone else for money or for anything, because no one is going to give anything to you. If you want something in life, you got to go get it. And you need this and you need this. And it starts now at 17.
I appreciate this fatherly side of Judge Fleischer, reminding them that second chances are not to be taken lightly.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Same thing with you. I will give you guys a lawyer today. I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test, and I'm putting a curfew. Nothing good happens in the middle of the night, and you're not allowed to. I want you to stay in school, graduate, and you're not allowed to hang out with the people in this case, the other co-defendants. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you ever have any issues, just let me know, and we'll try to help you as much, and we'll try to take no money as well.
Okay.
And I'll give you my card. If you ever need anything, just let us know, and we'll help you take care of everything as we
I
can.
really appreciate you.
For sure. Do you mind giving me this drink, please? Okay, so for now, I'm sending you for a test. You were to come back. If you fail the test, if you don't come back, your bond goes bye-bye. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Vic, please.
Yet again, we're faced with another student evading arrest in a stolen vehicle. It seems like this has become a troubling trend among teens.
Whose baby is this? Okay. I was afraid that he was telling me at 17 he had a new baby. I was about to just, babies having babies. Thank you, Lord. Okay. He's charged with evading arrest or detention. First off, thank you for coming. He's charged with evading arrest or detention. He's facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. I have no idea what happened. We're going to see whether there's enough evidence to go forward or not. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
On November 3rd, 2024, the officer was on patrol when he self-initiated a call for service in regard to a stolen vehicle. The officer was advised that a record driver was following the stolen vehicle, confirmed through NCIC, and upon contact with the stolen vehicle, the officer attempted to conduct a traffic stop. The co-defendant, driver of the vehicle, failed to yield to the officer's emergency lights and sirens and evaded the vehicle. The driver of the vehicle ran a red light and drove the wrong way in traffic, endangering the occupants of the vehicle. the defendant and another co-defendant and the driver. After the defendant finally pulled over, he evaded on foot along with the co-defendant. All suspects ignored all orders to stop and attempted to run in an effort to hide and evade for approximately 30 yards. A search of the motor vehicle revealed 2 firearms, one of which was reported stolen.
So what's Mr. Quinn's involvement in this? Where is he? Tell me he's not the driver.
No, Your Honor. It appears a co-defendant was the driver. He was a passenger that fled whenever they.
So you said how many passengers were there?
It seems there were 2 co-defendants and the defendant, so 3 occupants in the vehicle.
Total, okay. And where is he? Do you know?
Does not say where he was in the vehicle, just that he was an occupant inside. I can check the offense report.
And then do you have cause numbers for the co-defendants by chance?
I have a cause number for one of the co-defendants.
Okay, let me have it.
It is 253-7051.
That's Xavier Houston?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
That's what he's with Court 9.
It's the lower case of
What's the other cause number? Do you know?
We only have the one connected defendant.
That's only one judge that we have connected on our end.
The other one, I'm sure, got the felony UUMB though, right?
He was likely charged, but they just didn't connect it with ours.
He's in juvenile court. The driver is juvenile court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, is he juvenile?
In the OR, it says the
That's-
driver was identified as a juvenile, and
Got
then the 2 passengers, including the defendant, stayed on foot.
I want to keep it. I don't want to send him. I want to keep him. So I know that he's doing well. Mr. Quinn, I'm sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system now. What are you doing with yourself these days? Shh.
Right now, I'm just looking for a job.
He's also in school.
That's what I want to know.
Okay, this incident that occurred,
I don't want to talk about the case. God put eyes in our head for forward thinking, right? So we move forward, not in the back of our head. I don't care. I want to know what's going on in the future. And my only concern is that he's not hanging out with other knuckleheads, getting into more trouble and staying in school and getting an education, because that's what life is about. Life is about having a lot of money, not ending up in back with a number on your back perpetually because you hang out with people like this. You're not allowed to hang out with these people anymore. You're not allowed to smoke weed, get in trouble, and you're not allowed to be out in the middle of the night. Do you understand? If I find that you start messing with us in any way, I'm going to put you in jail. And the problem is every time you go to jail, it's going to cost your mom to get you out. Instead of giving that money to the baby, she's getting it to you to get out. It's not going to happen. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Are you in high school now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm making it a condition of your bond that you graduate and that you stay in high school full time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'll try to take care of as much as I can for you. You know, I know that you probably have it tough. I'll take away all the costs so you won't have to pay for anything. Who else do you have at home?
I have other children.
Okay. Do you work?
Yes, I do work.
Okay. So when you're gone, what happens to him?
He's at home with his other siblings.
Okay.
I'm home by 11. I work 3 to 11.
I was going to give him a curfew. Is that okay?
That's fine.
What do you think is an appropriate time for a night? 9 o'clock? Is that okay?
10.
Okay.
Because he is about to start working, so I do want him to be able to go to work.
I don't want him out in the middle of the night because nothing good happens at 1, 2, and I don't want him smoking weed. I'm going to test you today. If you test positive, I get it. But after today, it stops because I will test you again in 40 days. And if you test again positive, that tells me that you've continued to smoke. If you test positive, because I don't know. And if you continue, I'm going to lock you up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm not asking much. I'm asking you to be a good kid, stay in school, and help your mom. Do you think she wants to be here today?
Okay.
Right. No, she's got better things to do. Not only that, you're in a allegedly stolen car. What if someone comes out and tries to shoot your ass dead? It's not your car. People die every day because they start shooting in the cars that's not there, you know? No more. Your life is hard enough as it is. As a young African-American, don't make it harder than it needs to be. When you end up with criminal charges, all you're doing is making life more difficult. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll give you my card. If he starts acting up at home, just let me know and we'll take care of him for you. If you ever need anything, come back, let us know. We'll take care of it for you. I'll give you a lawyer today, but I want to know what's in his system today. Okay. And then he's not to have any contact with these other people and just stay in school. You want him to work. If you ever need anything, just let the lawyer know. We'll take care of it. Okay. Stephen, please. All right. that way.
Sometimes, reality checks are exactly what teens like these need to realize that life won't keep offering easy outs. What do you think of his approach to these cases and the balance of giving second chances paired with strict warnings?